Hello guys, this is my review for Batman v Superman. And oh my god, there's so many reviews out there, my god, that are like bashing this movie, calling it terrible, my god. There was one review that I saw that said, oh, this movie has too many Oscar-winning actors on it to the wazoo. I was like, so that's a bad thing? Having amazing actors is a bad thing? I also read that it wasn't humorous. Oh man, like the shading and this is like changing over and over again. See? Like I read that it's not humorous. There's no funny parts at all. There was no one laughed, no one, or it was too dark. It was depressing. I'm like, in my theater, everyone was laughing for the 2 hours. Everyone got the jokes. Apparently, none of the critics got the joke. Apparently, the critics were too serious because of the colors of the freaking movie. So like, all right, this looks like a very depressing movie. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make it seem so depressing. We're not gonna laugh in any parts. But everyone in my theater was laughing out loud. A lot of them were enjoying it. So first things first, is it worth your money? Yes, it is. Should you go and see it? Yes, you should. This isn't coming from a movie critic or anyone like that. This is coming from a normal person that loves comic books, that loves movies, that loves going out with friends and going to watch a movie just for fun. the there are some criticisms that are valid in the movie or in the that are valid for the movie. There are a lot of that, and there are some good and some bad in this movie. Just like with every movie, there's a good and a bad, and a lot of bad parts and a lot of good parts. So, out of my rating right now, since people are probably gonna be wondering, what's your rating for this? What's your rating for this? Even though I hate giving ratings, I hate it. So for me, I would say this is a B or an 8 out of 10. A B to a B plus or 8 out of 10. I won't do any decimals or anything like that, like the Schmoes does or whatever. Well, the bad parts in this movie was the slow build up. The beginning and the ending were really really good because it was fast paced. You knew the things that were happening. The care Superman, and you got what you wanted. You got Batman fighting Superman. There were some there were some okay parts in the fight, but sometimes it felt to me like the fight were too slow because it was Batman. Since Batman is a human being, he can't really compete with Superman, so it can't be that fast paced. For example, if you compare the fight between Superman and Batman, it was it was slow. It was really slow. But if you compare the fight for Doomsday against Wonder Woman and Superman, that one was really fast paced. Oh my god, why does it keep changing like that? Are we good now? Are we good now? Okay, we're good. So in the so yeah, that was like really really annoying. I won't give like spoilers here. I will just talk about the characters and all that stuff. So no spoilers. Don't worry about that. So what are some of the bad things? The bad thing was a really big part of the negative in this is that there it was slow in the beginning. It was so slow because they had to give background to Batman and what his story was and who he is in this universe. Sure, we've seen it many times before. Batman fighting or Batman's story or origin where his parents were killed and all that stuff. But even though we know that already, we still need to know it in this universe. Because remember, they did kind of change the way Superman's origin was, how he became Superman. And they showed us how he became Batman, since this Batman is an older version, He's already retired and all that stuff. So that was I real that's what made it really slow. Another annoying part is Lois Lane. I'm sorry, but please just remove her already. She makes the middle some of the parts of this really really groggy. It was so slow. Every time she was on, I'm like, okay, get back to Batman and Superman already. All right, I get it. She's the love interest. Okay, okay, I get it. Just get back to the meat of the story. Why is she so important? You kind of get a hint of why she's important throughout the overarching story of the DC universe, movie universe, but in the context of this movie, she's not really that important. This she could have been cut out, and it could have removed the 2.5, like 20 minutes of the movie. is just her, and you could have just removed those parts, and it would have been a lot shorter. But oh well. Another criticism is there were basically no blood in the movie. I don't get that. It's like Batman and Superman kicking the crap out of each other, and there was almost no blood. There was one Lex Luthor, and there was like or Alexander Luthor. There was one part in it where it was like bloody, but that's just like in so many parts. That was the only one that was bloody. There were shootings and all that crap, and no one was bleeding. Somebody got and a few. There was a lot of things that didn't make any sense, even though where they should be bleeding, even though they aren't. So which really sucks. I'm like, ugh, why? Why? It's probably because it's PG-13, so it's like, ooh, blood, scary, ooh, children. It's like, ah, come on, guys. Come on now. But now to the good parts of the movie, since everyone's just been focusing on all the bad parts, here is the good parts of the movie. The action was really, really good. It had a satisfying ending. It's that the ending is to where you're gonna think to yourself, what just happened? How what this changes everything. Everything. It's a shocking ending. It's pretty amazing the way he pulled it off, but or the way he did it. You'll have to watch it for yourself. You'll find out why it's like shocking. That ending is amazing. And there were some parts in the movie where it was like he came in. He actually was like there's a lot of like shocking parts in the movie that you're gonna be surprised that it actually happened. This is a movie for the audience. For the audience, it's not a movie that you're gonna pick out and say, oh well, this is crap, this is crap, this is crap, this is crap. So the whole entire movie's crap. No, this is a movie for fun. It has an okay story at most. It's not an amazing story where you're gonna go, oh my god, that story, the storyline in that movie was okay. It's the storyline is already you already know what it is. It's Batman v Superman, and it's the dawn of justice. The title itself says the whole entire plot. Sure, that's a bad thing. That's why it's a negative. But at the same time, it's a comic book movie. Sure, it doesn't excuse it from having a bad story, but still, it was pretty good, and the acting was really good. There were some parts with Superman, Henry Cavill, and Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot. There were some parts that were like really, really cringeworthy. A lot of what do you call this? Wonder Woman's parts were like really cringeworthy. Like her accent started coming in, but I said to myself, she is Amazonian, so she should have some type of accent. So I was like, I guess I'll excuse it for that. I'll just say it's like an Amazonian accent, even though it's not really, but whatever. So yeah, there were a lot of cameos in it, and the cameos that you are gonna see actually make sense. Remember how everyone was, um, like exploding because there's too many characters in it. There's too many characters in it. There's Flash. Everyone's like they put it in a way where it makes sense, where logically in context of the whole entire DC universe, it makes sense that they did it this way. It was really really cool, and this is a different Batman. This is a Batman where he's retired, where he doesn't really care of what he's gonna do to his victims. So some of you hardcore Batman fans are gonna be upset, like, oh my god, he did this, he did this. It's like, okay, so that's not the Batman you're used to. Well, so it's different. Good. Progress it in somewhere. Put it put Batman in a place where no one knows what's gonna happen to Batman and where no one knows who Batman really is. Like, oh, we don't know what Batman is. That's awesome. So we won't have to automatically know what's gonna happen in his movies. That's happened in many times before. Every single Batman movie, you're already gonna know what's happening. You're already gonna know, oh, this that was predictable because it's a Batman movie. It's the Batman, so there's not really much difference. So yeah, there were a lot of good parts in it. If you hear anyone say, "Oh, this movie was crap," the 30% in Rotten Tomatoes is BS. That is terrible, terrible ratings. Critics needs to critics need to stop thinking that they're critics and start thinking that they're normal people that wanna have fun in the movie theaters. No normal person that goes to the movies will go say, well, today I'm gonna rip this movie to shreds, or I'm gonna go to this movie and say and review it thoroughly. And I'm not gonna watch the movie for the movie. I'm gonna watch the movie to review the movie. That's what critics. That's what I think some critics do, where they go to a movie, they go there simply to review the movie, not to enjoy the movie, not to have fun watching the movie. They go there to review the movie. They hope for something good at the end of it, but they go there to review it. If you remove that mindset of I'm gonna go there to review it, then you're gonna have a good time. So yeah, if I were you, as an if you're gonna watch this and you're hesitant, go watch it. It's actually pretty worth it. I personally loved it as a Superman fan, as you can tell. I loved the movie, and as a Batman fan, because Batman is my number two, I would say go watch the movie. And as a Wonder Woman fan, since she is my number four, go watch the movie. It's really, really good, in my opinion at least. So thank you guys for watching. Patreon up here, or down there I meant. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe and all that kind of crap. Thank you.